Community policing is no easy task, but the Chaguanas Community Police Unit, led by Sergeant J.C. Small, is producing positive results in at-risk central communities. To add to the accolades of this central unit, one of their officers, PC Adrian Seeley, has won an international award for community service. Officer Seeley, a proud product of the enterprise community, tells us his story. Officer Seeley's work in community service started before joining the police service. The U.S. Embassy awarded him, out of over 200,000 applicants, the International Visitors Council of Los Angeles Award. On the beat with his unit, Seeley and his fellow officers shows a level of commitment to service, and we were lucky to see them in action firsthand.
We are in Enterprise Chaguanas at the Postman Drive Recreational Ground. These guys behind me are they're not here to arrest me, but they're actually part of the Chaguanas Community Police Initiative here, and we are here with PC Adrian Seeley, who has actually been awarded recently by the U.S. Embassy. And today we're going to highlight some of the work that they have been doing and some of the inspirational stuff that they have been doing in this community in regards of changing that negative light into positive light. So we are here with Mr. Seeley. Tell me, Adrian, you have been awarded. Tell me about this award, and we will go into what you have been doing, in the community at the aspect of the Chaguanas Community Police.
All right, thank you for having me, Otto. As you would have known, we have done extensive work in the community of Enterprise, and as a result of that, the U.S. Embassy, Port of Spain, would have nominated me and subsequently selected me to participate on an International Visitors Leadership Program. That's the IVLP. That was back in 2017. And through that opportunity, I would have traveled through numerous states within the United States of America. Coincidentally, this year, the International Visitors Leadership Program, they would have celebrated their 80th year of existence. And out of a total of 225,000 persons from around the world, 80 persons were selected. And by the grace of the Almighty, I was one of that 80.
So tell me something. You are a product of Enterprise. Enterprise has a name that people sometimes, think negative. Tell me, you are part of you're transitioned from doing community work and now into the police, continuing doing what you're doing. Tell me, how has that transition been to you, and what you have seen, you have done personally that would have enhanced and, place that level of development within the community?
Interesting question, and as you indicated, I am a proud product of Enterprise, right? Like many youths in the community of Enterprise, I would have grown up without my father, first and foremost. However, by the grace of the Almighty, I was blessed with extended father, so to speak, and that's through martial arts. As a result of that, I would have volunteered extensively in terms of community work. In 2016, thereabout, I heard about the community police. Coming from the community of Crown Trace, I have never heard any such thing. When you think police, you think lock up, you think some kind of thing. But nonetheless, I had the opportunity to work along the community police. And I said here it is that these officers are actually on the ground, working with the youths. Most of the fatherless youths, that's something that I crave for. So the passion had really ignited at that point in time. I got the confidence and I spoke to Sergeant J.C. Small, who was then a corporal, and I expressed my interest in terms of joining the community police, not knowing how to apply, so to speak. And he guided me. And as fate would have had it, I applied, and here I am, continuing the work in terms of the community police, and I must say, I'm enjoying it.
Focusing on community police, I know that this award would have come with a lot of different projects as action. Share some of the projects that you all have been working on in this community and how you all have, impacted the change. Because, let's be real, we haven't heard anything negative about Enterprise in the news for quite some time.
Yes, so a lot of positive has been coming out of the community of Enterprise. From the Trinidad Tobago Police Academy, I was actually posted to the Southern Division. Over the months in terms of the actual policing, I was subsequently transferred to the Central Division. And whilst there, under the astute leadership of Sergeant Small, he challenged me to take up a community project. So I liaised with other officers who reside in the community of Crown Trace and Enterprise by extension. And together, where we are at right now at the Postman Drive Recreational Ground, we have done extensive work in terms of revitalizing the ground with the help of various stakeholders, the past Member of Parliament for the area, Mr. Fazil Karim, the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. We have done a number of SEPTED projects, right, which is a crime prevention through environmental design, and where we are seated at this present time, back in 2016, 2017, it was underutilized for reasons well known in the community. So along with other officers such as Officer Arnold Richards, what we are doing is actually reclaiming safe spaces within our community of enterprise with the support of the community.
So how has that been, reclaiming and creating safe spaces? How has that been in regards, and how many places that you would have pinpointed out so far that you all have come in and sort of re-energize and bring people out to come to it?
Yeah, so in terms of the Community Police Central Division, right? Notwithstanding that there are other community police and even officers who are in operational units, and I really want to highlight that. Officers who are also in operational units, be the task force, the MOPS, the SORT, are also doing these type of initiatives. So specific to Chaguanas and the wider central area, we would have representatives from the Freeport area led by Corporal Kanai, and they have an awesome project going on there at the Bridge and Castle Police Youth Club. We have the Enterprise Police Youth Club. We have Officer Arnold Richards, who I mentioned earlier, that is also increasing terrace. Because what we are really doing is having pilot projects and pilot programs. And what we encourage now is that when there are programs in different parts of the community, also involve persons from within the community of enterprise. So you have that level of networking, that level of bonding, that level of sharing. And I mean, it's really heartwarming because many times the community themselves, they know what they want, and they want that degree of positivity. However, the positivity isn't always highlighted. And that's why that goes in sync with the IVLP that I participated in, making kindness contagious, recognizing the good deeds that persons will do on a daily basis that will otherwise go unnoticed. And once we actually started up that, the project that we did here, and I can even speak about my colleagues, is really the community coming together and enhancing their community, right, with the police.
So tell me something, people look at, these communities and have this level of stigma, and also the police service also has its stigma. How has it been with you guys? It's been difficult for you to, to break that gap, or was there an established relationship when you came in?
No, definitely there would be the pros and cons to everything, right? Ultimately, it has been a challenge, and I foresee that it will continue to be a challenge. However, once we had the opportunity to actually share the positive works that has been happening in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, I think that will also help to bridge the gap. In terms of the community policing, we understand that we have a role and function. The executive of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, led by the commissioner, they understand that. And as part of the strategic goal for 2019 to 2021, right, what we speak about really is one, community engagement. This is in the executive. We speak about public safety, right? We speak about professional development of the officers as well as operational excellence, but stressing on the professional development of the officers, our customer service, how we interact with the public, right? So along those lines, we have been seeing the benefits of that and understanding that we have a role and function in terms of changing that stigma from a negative one to a positive one. So we are continuously building on that relationship.
So tell me something, last question, as we go into the community and see what the community, what has been done in the community and how things has developed. One of the last question I want to ask you is, what next? What's next for the Chaguanas Community Police, and how what's the expansion route that you think that you can go in regards to developing not just enterprise but across the borough of Chaguanas?
All right. Now, ideally, Sergeant J.C. Small, our immediate supervisor, he has a great vision, but the type of leader that he is, he shared with us. So I will just speak very briefly on that. In 2019, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service as an organization would have won the International Development Bank award in terms of customer service. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, right? Yeah. And yes, community policing had a major part to play in it. However, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is an amalgamation of different divisions, stations, branches, units, and sections. So we all more or less work together. So in terms of this model, this enterprise model, and the president, Paula May Weeks, would have said it, if it is that we could actually take this enterprise model and actually put it into other communities, we believe that we could, see that positive transition in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and in Trinidad and Tobago by and large. Notwithstanding that we have operational units such as the IATF, which has the hearts and mind, yes, right? In addition to the different policing units. So the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is actually going through a rebranding in terms of the Community Relations Department, which is, I'm very excited about it, and this is supported by the Commissioner and his executive.
Right. Nice, Adrian. So guys, you heard it from PC Adrian Seeley here in Enterprise, and now we're going to go to the next step. Let's walk to the community. Let's see what's happening. And yeah, we in Chaguanas, and we have some inspiring and positive information for you here today. So stay with us. Okay, so where are we, Sergeant Small? I know you're in charge of, the community policing in this region. Where are we now?
Well, throughout Trinidad and Tobago, we have the community relations officers working alongside the ERP officers, the Emergency Response Patrol. And what we are doing is visiting persons on quarantine and ensuring that they're compliant. This is in keeping with one of the things that the Commissioner of Police saw important during this COVID period. For a lot of people are reaching the public health regulations, and we felt that we should, support the Ministry of Health and support the country and do some of these visits to make sure that persons are complying with the quarantine order.
So you're doing the, ensuring the public health ordinance is in effect with persons who are in quarantine. What else have you? Because I understand you said earlier that you all were assisting with regards to, children who need packages. Tell me about that aspect.
Well, at the very start of COVID, thanks to the collaboration with the other stakeholders, we were able to put together 1,000 food hampers in the very earlies,
yes,
and distributed throughout Trinidad and Tobago through our community relations department. We would have partnered with the United Nations Development Program to pass on to some of our children throughout the communities, our youth club members and the wider community, some grow box packages, where we encourage them to do gardening and all those type of activities during the COVID. As officers mentioned earlier, we have our homework center, or empowerment center, I should say, where this is a safe space in the community. We have these type of activities taking place throughout Trinidad and Tobago under the Community Relations Department, and Central Division is no exception. We continue to fly the flag high,
of course,
and it's because of the essence of collaboration and the quality partnership we have with the stakeholders, from the religious bodies to the business community to the schools. We work very close with the schools. Our officers on a daily basis visit children at home, although they're not in the physical school space. Some persons are unable to log on online. And these were some of the things we thought of when we decided to have this homework center come January, that members of the community will be able to come, participate in online learning. Those who couldn't access devices, there's a whole lot of stuff, but just to be able to offer some level of support, through our I Support Our Service initiative, led by the Commissioner of Police. This is one of the things that really helping the TTPS to build stronger relations and better customer service in executing our policing duties.
So people see community policing as just in the community, but just by listening to Sergeant Small, you hear so many different things, and I'm sure he just touched the tip of the iceberg with what you all actually do in regards of, service to the people.
Definitely. Because just at this location, some months ago, we had a parenting workshop just before COVID, and it's just a host of activities to really empower people to further develop communities and just to show them that we're here to support them, not to tell them what to do or how they should do it, but it's just gain them a level of empowerment, and in some cases teaching them to fish.
Nice. So Trinidad and Tobago, we are here in Enterprise with the Chaguanas Community Police Division here, community relation officers on the streets, telling us what they do, and especially during this trying time of COVID-19, how they have expanded their service into different areas. So that's all we can share now, and Sergeant Small, I don't know if you want to share anything else.
I just want to mention to stay tuned for Commissioner of Police Football Cup 2021. It's going to be grand. We from the Central Division, we won it in 2019.
Yes.
First ever Commissioner's Cup. Stay tuned. Because of the COVID and the health challenges, we didn't want to put children at risk, didn't want to put people at risk. Commissioner of Police and his executive decided to postpone this event to next year. So stay tuned. It is now extended not only to police youth clubs but to the wider community. Stay tuned also for our mentorship program, where we work in partnership with the so many different children's authority, the Children's Court, the Ministry of Education, just to be able to give this one-on-one attention, where a police officer will be mentoring one child from the community or from the school or whatever, and we want to really work towards bringing about a positive change in their life. We saw the MVP for the Commissioner's Cup came from Central too, and he is now, working towards becoming a police officer, and he have our support. So we want to encourage you youths of Trinidad and Tobago. It is never too late. If it is you feel like you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, be law-abiding citizens and work hand in hand with the TTPS for us to, promote positivity and have a better Trinidad and Tobago for tomorrow.
Yes. Well said. You heard it all from Sergeant Small here from the Chaguanas Community Police. So, let's go. Let's go. These are just some of the many places that the community police actually go through on our day-to-day, making sure the community is safe, and Michael, I mean, we already see the kind of action that is going on here, and in front of us, you're actually seeing the officers going through,
We could swing it on us. I was quite surprised. I mean, I didn't realize it would have been so serious with wildlife. That was a good one to see. So we're going to hear from, I think up next we're going to talk to PC Arnold Richards, because he is on the ground here in Enterprise too as well, and he want to give his perspective of what the community police is doing for the people of the area and what they expect in the future coming up Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, so just adding to what Michael said, is actually seeing what they actually do is actually different to normal. I mean, the same policing but with a different approach. So
I think they were telling us earlier on that they kind of try to make genuine connections with residents of the area, so they could have that information and feedback look in terms of needs for residents, in terms of security, in terms of initiatives, really and truly kind of create a partnership with residents in these particular areas.
It's an interesting being around these officers, getting a first-hand look and understand why, now they were actually awarded, because what they actually did, in their work. I see a bit of it today and actually see what community policing has to go through and what they have to do. So yeah, we're back to you guys. Look out for an on-the-ground interview as we go deep in the Chaguanas community, especially the village of Enterprise.
Hi, good day. InspireTT team here. Michael Ramsing here with Otto Carrington. And we're out in, what area is this, officer?
Chrissy Terrace, Glendale Village, Chaguanas.
All right, for you all to know, this is the office PC Arnold Richards, right?
That's right.
And he works in the Chrissy Trace Enterprise area, yes, is that correct?
Yes, you are.
How important is community policing in these types of areas?
Well, definitely, it's a very important thing. For instance, like this facility here, was a place that was occupied by a certain negative influences and persons doing things that not benefiting the community. And well, now, by the grace of God, we reclaimed this territory, and we have implemented programs where people could come out and be a part of on a daily basis in a safe manner.
So we on the InspireTT team, the main team for us, is to inspire Trinidad and Tobago. We have a lot of youths out there. If you're your officer speaking to the youths, what we do to inspire them to, if they're down a particular path, to change that path?
I always say, try to be a person of integrity. You know, don't fight up to always get stuff or be rich or famous, but be a person of integrity. And people would definitely believe in you, and they would invest in you once you're a person of integrity, and you live up to everything you say. That is of utmost importance.
How do you say, we are under the COVID restrictions still here in Trinidad and Tobago. What has the community police been doing during COVID-19?
Well, we have embarked in the earlier part of the COVID, when it started. We have embarked on a massive hamper distribution. And we also have been, like for instance, like the schools. We have been for parents who don't have devices. We collect packages and drop home to the parents and also back to the school. And we're also embarking on our own homework center where we would be able to facilitate children and parents who don't have devices or even internet access at home.
Okay, and what are the future plans for the community policing as I try to wind down the interview now?
Well, coming January, we are launching an online literacy program with ALTA. No, because we see literacy because of through our needs assessment, we realize that a lot of people are not as literate as we would expect them to be. So coming in January, we are launching an online literacy program for persons in the immediate community.
And to inspire so many people out there in Trinidad and Tobago, what is the reason or what was your decision to become a police officer?
To make to add to my country, to make my country a better place, and to do my part, not just say it, but actually be a part of positive change in my community, and not just the community, the country at all.
PC Arnold, thank you for talking to us here on InspireTT. My name is Michael Ramsing. My colleague Otto Carrington is behind the camera as well. He's facilitated me to be able to bring this content to you. That was a good way to end today's program. Thank you for being with us. I hope you are inspired and continue to follow and like the content. Take care for us here for now from the InspireTT team, Michael Ramsing.
Right.